kills here and there in solos. However, today we've started off hot in map 1, and I highly doubt we're going to see things slow down in map 2, and it definitely doesn't for Knight as Bagel picks him up.
Here we go, already hot, and well, I gotta say, okay, quick note, Team Tommy with Al-Ula, first team to be eliminated last time around, and it looks like a lot of the same. This time they set up a trap. Quick answer back though as Padzuka drops Juki's, Lennon drops Stuwo. It's a battle for Bio, and it's all hands on deck for both teams. This is where things get so dangerous, and this is where things went awry for this squad. This fight basically happened the exact same way last time, except that Padzuka squad, once they got the knock, full swung and got a full team wipe.
Indeed, and we'll come back to that later because right now it's Twisted Minds up against BSL. And Smith's done the Lord's work here, but he takes quite a bit of damage. Gonna have to back on off, and two players will take down the stairs. You will have a player spawning on in, and that means that whoever was left alive there, Bagel, has to run away.
Nate Dogg and them must have died off rip. They shot at my grandma's.
Back in.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Bagel almost got fully eliminated in the first like 30 seconds of this map after winning the last one. That's how crazy Resurgence can be. That's how important that anchor position is. You cannot all three die early. That is almost the only rule of this entire game. If you all three go down early, you're out of here. Believe finding several in the kill feed, by the way, as it looks like somebody's answered back. Intex last alive for that team, running on his merry way. Both of his teammates about to redeploy. You can actually see their timers on the screen, by the way. You see the 6 and the 5 and counting as those timers slowly tick down and they slowly respawn back into the map.
Yeah, well, the one thing is with Intex there, he finds himself at a lovely.
You get a superior on this map, you start feeling like Batman.
We move in towards Lukanas and Co. And actually, big fight going on elsewhere as Biffle takes on Levi. And again, we've got this situation where Soka's playing anchor off towards Stronghold. And we back in with our Al-Ula squad who continue to fight over bioweapons. They have company. But right now, with Tommy out of things, it's up to Juki's and Lennon to just play patient, let their boy back in.
Someone killed Destroy.
Big storyline there, Al-Ula. Now, I gotta say, Tommy fell first in the World Series of Warzone Global Finals. They ended up getting third in the competition, okay? So we got plenty more wars that to be played for the team near the bottom, if not at the bottom of the leaderboard. We head over to our Falcons. They've wiped several squads in their path, and you're right. They're essentially playing 2v whatever's in their path because their third, Hisoka, way back in Stronghold, holding it down. Now, they always talk about something called tricks with this Falcon squad. They've always got the tricks up their sleeve. And apparently, Hisoka just sitting in Stronghold is their trick because it pays off. Dart gets eliminated without even losing a single iota of health.
Yeah, and this is one of the things that's scary about this side. This entire strategy that you've got if you're Biffle and Shifty, you just start hunting things down. You feel confident to take on even 2v3 scenarios in a lobby of some of the best players in the world. Just allows Soka to play that anchor role so perfectly, and will continue to move on through.
Yeah, when you're 2v3, you just gotta like challenge everything because you know you're gonna get back up.
Map 1 finished 13th, picking up just the 7 kills, so we're looking to do a bit more here.
Skullface on top of Prison. It's always a battle for Prison in some form or fashion. It's just a matter of when. Right now, only several teams, a couple teams rather, floating around the edges of Prison, and that one team in the shower. Skullface, one hiding in the corner, breaks the camera. Oh, Skullface almost put one of the nastiest clips of all time on the timeline. I almost just lost it. Samir, make sure that, no, Coach, don't freak out. I got it in the bag. He can't break my camera, not here on land.
Look, Skullface might well go down there, but this is a considerably better map from them. They struggled in map 1. They might have got third, but they don't pick 8 kills overall. They're already on 210 in this one. Skullface snapping in that one shows exactly why. On board with Biffle. He actually won't get that kill. It's going to be Noobs and Skullface picking up more. Wow. Pushing through Grandmas and looking for Smith, who's trying to escape for his life. You've got to shoot the rest of the team's in trouble, and Shifty's shooting fish in a barrel.
Yeah, you got to find the fish when you can get them. I mean, they're free. They're floating around out there, just waiting for somebody to shoot them. Stukek's going down. It looks like his team, though, still fully alive for the most part, so going to be respawning back in and floating above his squad. Now, I got to say, that Fnatic squad is having their way with this lobby. We have got to check out that team whenever they're in their next encounter. What is going right this time around? As Biffle and Shifty push up into a 2v3, this could be chaos for BSL. This could be chaos for the winner of the last map. They're able to get one. Goes down. Bagel in trouble. Pushes out smokes, and it's not enough, especially for the third party. Here comes Intex. Here comes the second place team on our leaderboard cleaning up. And it's a battle for over position as Intex comes out on top.
Somewhere Intex pulls off a sniper point blank range. That was absolutely crazy. Dongi will be out of this. Had an absolutely massive map one, but he will be brought back in. And I was about to say, the thing is with that two-player strategy that Falcons have, although it has gained them 10 kills currently, you end up in this situation sometimes where you're just running into too many bodies. Intex absolutely snaps onto Trevs. That was gorgeous for everyone except for the lineup that he is countering, and will actually decide to run in through the water. Dongi's going to clean that on up, and Dongi and Intex just continuing a bit of a reign of terror here through Harbor.
Wow, Intex, all right. I think he's warmed up. My goodness, picks up a couple in transition, snaps on another to knock, and I don't think he got the full, but we're going to head over to that Aydan squad. They frankly had a great map in the first round. This is a squad a lot of teams weren't really counting on to be a top competitor, but they've had a great map thus far, and they're winning gunfights like that because they're playing together. Same strategy, 2v whatever's in your path. It's no more 3v3 fights, not until this Resurgence timer stops. King MWIII is on 5, by the way, overall, as here comes swooping in that AG Global squad. There's some trash talk between our two Latin American North teams, AG Global versus Aydan, all from the same region. They've played against each other, with each other, traded teammates in the past. But here on main stage, they are rivals.
So people don't really
not
use
let
like
the other team gain a single inch in this competition.
Moved over towards the big fight is Navi up against Alula. Zeppo will actually crack Jukies, who's trying to push up the stairs. His gas galore. Jukies gets swarmed, Jukies gets cleaned up. And two players will still be alive for that side, but it looks like they're basically in a recovery situation. Navi will lay claim to control center. I spoke about this as a landing spot earlier and how effective he can be from out of there. Right now, the land completely belongs to them. And we move back on over to our Falcon side. Soka has no kills thus far. He's been playing that anchor role, but he's looking to explode.
Soka on 1,142 damage without a single kill to his name and gets dumpstered on by Bagel.
The position Soka's in is tough because he's just not going to
get Shifty on 6. The team in total on 11, by the way. That means Biffle has 5. They truthfully are sending Biffle and Shifty to 2v everything in their path, and it's working thus far. But they don't have their anchor, and Biffle's under fire by BSL. Somehow this team, who's been in trouble, frankly, this map, BSL has somehow restabilized. They got their team together. They're getting the loot they need to at least make some plays inside of the outer edge of this zone here in Factory.
And they are indeed, but the thing is, you've got to be concerned about the fact that you are surrounded by the Falcons, and you have a lot of rotation to make elsewhere, because zone is going to shift you in about 45 seconds. You've got a lot of ground to cover. You've got to go uphill. You're going to essentially be trying to push either through headquarters or towards a very compact prison.
By the way, Bagel just found Biffle again, so they did not let Biffle rotate out as NICKMERCS continues to find eliminations. Big question was, where was the Fnatic squad? Would they show up in Resurgence? And so far, so good. They are on 16 kills, ladies and gentlemen. NICKMERCS on 8. Half of the team's kills resting on NICKMERCS' back. This team is on fire as they fly around the map and likely have a chance to drop the biggest map of the day. But what's wild about map 2, Enigma, not a single team has been eliminated yet. It is still anyone's ball game with our multiplier still in play.
You can just see how the teams are learning and adjusting as we go. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, after this one, we actually split some of the players out of here and bring in a whole new batch. And the thing is, you've now got this situation with Noobs, Almond, and Skullface looking out to control top prison.
Yeah, so what teams aren't playing right now? Like JTech's team's not playing.
What you can do is Aydan pushes and Noobs finds him and Noobs cleans him up to go onto 9.
No,
Fnatic
so after this game they switch them out.
Things up here and look, every part of the team
like
we were hoping they'd be on
7 teams come out, 7 teams come in.
Pest control over in the UK?
We do.
Okay, I think Almond and Noobs are like
whose other team is not playing?
They're just like running around and gassing out all the rats in the corners, hunting them down, trapping them, setting them up in kill boxes between the two of them, as you see other teams doing different strategies. Well, Huskers, where is he? Above water tower, raining hellfire from above, and apparently can't clean up Lucanus behind the HVAC unit. Finally gets it. It does get netted to him. That's 3 for Husk, playing anchor, but still finding kills. He would love to drop a Fnatic player right now. He would love to drop Almond, but frustratingly, NICKMERCS is there to continue to play pest control and shoot out the rats.
Skullface here just looking to find Huskers, looking to just hammer bullets through, but won't find enough purchase. So back on off with his teammate. The problem is you've got a lot of players beneath you, so any gunfights that go on for a long period of time, you are risking getting third parties, especially when Huskers decides to return fire just like
Why'd he get off?
Jackal being out of there for this duo means that they are missing one of the players that's been putting on work for them, and they're trying to get an opportunity together
they're gonna
here
rest
where
Jackal.
they can just essentially bring him back in. But look at how Falcon's missing Shifty. Biffle and Soak are going to have to make a rotation.
We're going to keep reminding you, you can see it on the display here. The respawn is currently disabled at the end of the third circle. If you see a 4 anywhere on the screen up in the top middle, that means Resurgence is done for. You get eliminated, you are out of here. You got to get bought back. If your team gets eliminated, see you later. No coming back from this one. And BSL trying to repeat success, trying to make history to be the first team to go back-to-back on
they
land.
pushed up.
Here's for Resurgence.
Yeah,
The
they got
Falcons,
regained.
on the move on the edge of the map.
And the Falcons are about to squeeze up on this, and they've got a lot of bodies in their way. We know that BSL are there, and we know that there's at least 2 other solos in the region, so potential here for
got 8,
the Falcons
Biff got
to
6.
go absolutely massive. We are losing more players off here as the Singapore syndicates are removed from the board. Soka gets it down onto Bagel. BSL suddenly realizing we've been squeezed by the Falcons, and you do not have Resurgence. You're in a world of pain if you're Liam.
Liam is the only player remaining for BSL. That would mean our team that won in trouble. Singapore was in second on the leaderboard. They're out of here in like 12th. No chance of moving up the leaderboard any more than whatever kills they got. We're not even into multipliers yet, Enigma, and we're moving into the 5th and 6th circle as Liam finally falls with the PDS. He's hanging out in the gas as long as he can. Hardtrevs is not going to let Liam get up. That is a full team wipe. See ya, BSL not going to make history, not yet. We'll see who wins map number 2.
The problem with that play, you pop that PDS, everyone knows exactly where you are. Skullface and Noobs essentially trying to
got top prison control.
Sky here, wasn't trying to land with his guild teammates. But look at the angles that you have here. Again, I go back to something though. If you are making a lot of noise on this rooftop, you risk getting third party from so many angles. And there's a lot of players that have still got to rotate on up here and may well push this rooftop.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting fight. You can see the zone is shrinking. That is certainly the case. It's about to get real small, and it is centering on Water Tower of all places. Noobs, this Fnatic squad, they have ultimate height, and frankly, now that you see the rotation of the zone beginning to move, no one can pressure them on ultimate high. But the problem is, they got to make it all the way into zone, so they got to drop down, and they're going to be running into about 6 other teams, all trying to do the same thing. This is where the utter chaos of Resurgence and Rebirth Island comes into play. The people here first will find success. Shifty finds one. Teammates answering back. Falcons out of here. They're in 8th place, a 1.2x multiplier, and Fnatic somehow only lost 1 in that crazy transition. Look at the zone pull.
The zone pull has exactly just pulled the complete other way. So many teams that tried to rotate just then. Fnatic, Noobs and co, and then the rest of the Shifty Biffle squad all in trouble there as they rotate on over, and then essentially Whiplash back into position. We're on board with Twisted Minds, who just made a rotation through the courtyard, and they've got to come back on themselves where Navi are waiting.
Navi yet again in the top 5. Navi yet again with the zone pull. This time, can they reverse history? Can they this time win this encounter as the onslaught comes flying at them? Aydan's squad, Twisted Minds, had a terrible map 1, and now a chance to reverse the curse, swing around the edge of the zone, and move into this new circle. This is where you have to play zone, and they're going to make the rotation with gas mask, and they're going to lose Smith in the rotation because they needed to get here, and they needed to get here early. Reminder, we're into the 1.4x multiplier. We need a 1.7 at least for second place, and Aydan's going to make a play. Finds 3 in his way, so backs off. C-Smith somehow got the self-revive alive, so they have 3, but they're weak. Aydan in trouble. They push the fight. Navi will not relent. Navi will not fall, but finally the third party, Hardtrevs, Drake, they come in and ruin Navi's day. Navi cannot get out of this top 5 position.
And it's not just this 2v2 conversation. There's actually going to be players lurking on the edge of this. So while Trevs tries to squeeze on up, Smith and Knight are just trying to play around this, but the gas is going to continue to encroach them. Skullface actually picks off Drake. Fnatic are involved in this conversation towards the end, but Twisted Minds, 2 players left and looking to try and push on through this gas.
Yeah, they did.
Skullface and Ormond are going to clean up. Looking at Trevs, and we're down to 2v2.
It is Fnatic all day, every day in map 2, and it's not close. Down below, Twisted Mind holding on by the hair of their chin. It is a 2v2, but Fnatic have everything in their favor. They have all the kills. They got a 1.7x multiplier. The question is, will you make it a 2x? They push the fight first, and they win it 1, 2. Can they get bumped? No. Knight goes huge. The X Factor after. Would he show up today? He does. Twisted Minds proves me wrong. They prove Fnatic wrong, and they earn a ton of points for the 2x multiplier.
We are just 2 maps in, baby, and the storylines are insane. We've already talked everything about map 1, BSL, destroy, etc. But right there, Go Knight goes massive. Could he deliver on land? Would he be the player that Twisted Minds wanted him to be? And he snaps for the victory.
Every single player, every analyst, every person at home said, was it the right move to get Knight at the end of the day? Was it the right move to pull a Resurgence-only player into competitive form yet again after a couple years off? The answer apparently is yes, at least in map 2. A massive win.
And they definitely should have won that. Yeah, for sure. I'm not even bullshitting. I think it's an hour break in between games right now.